In today's Daily Zohar, we're going to talk about the power of the sacrifices, the power of our smell, the sense of smell that we have, the reason why we have two nostrils to be able to smell. Why isn't there just one nostril, essentially? And the Zohar tells us that the sacrifices are referred to by God as reach nichochi, a fragrant smell. And that is on the dimension of chesed, the dimension of kindness, of loving kindness, the right side of the spherotic tree, which refers to the level of kindness. But then conversely, we have a level of smell, which is connected to smoke and a negative type of a smell that doesn't really enter our presence. It sort of surrounds us and gives us a sense of overbearingness sometimes, and it doesn't really enter us. And the Zohar makes the point that one is the side of chesed, that's the smell, where we're able to pick up fragrances, and smoke is on the left side. It is connected more to the sense of gevurah, of sternness, of judgment. So the Zohar continues, there are two, literally, windows within our nose. In other words, the two nostrils. And in the left one is associated with smoke, and that is connected to gevurah. And the right side is connected to chesed, and it's connected to the right side of the brain. So there's the drawing down of energy from the right nostril, and then there's the uplifting. There is the sense of gevurah that comes from the left nostril, from below to above. Chochma liyamina, there's a rule in the Zohar that all right side is connected to wisdom, or to the element of wisdom. So we've got kindness, which is also connected to wisdom. And the left side is connected to gevurah, to discipline, including bina, including understanding, which is on the spherotic tree, the realm of understanding. And on our body, it is the right brain, the left brain, and we've got our right arm and our left arm, as the Zohar repeats over and over again, that we've got these polarities inside of us, and we've got our middle column, right, which is in the middle. So our right nostril is connected to the sense of chesed, of kindness, but also to wisdom, divine wisdom. And somehow by just even breathing through our right nostril, then we're able to gain a greater, we could say, into clarity in our minds. While on the left side, it's connected more to gevurah, to bina, to understanding, to intuition, that we're able to pick up more of that level of intuition. And we know that on the archetype level, we've got the Kohanim, who are on the right side. We're connected to Chochmah, they're connected to Chesed, and we've got the Levites, the Levim, that are connected to the left side, connected to Bina and to Gevurah. V'hai ashan lo salik ela al yidei eish, because we know that smoke is elicited through fire that are lit in through the wood, and they raise up this energy of gevurah. And smoke is not necessarily bad; it's just a realm that it lifts up from below to above, and it could be negative, but it's not always negative. And we know that smoke was brought in the temple in the form of the incense, and that's what the Zohar says next. Umedesilakt le'af itkri ketoret, and then when the Ketoret, which is the incense, which was brought in the inner dimensions of the temple, and we know the Zohar speaks about how the Ketoret has the power to ward off negativity, because what it essentially does is it combines the smell, sweet smell and fragrance, and smoke at the same time. Itkriu midesilakt la'af when it goes into the nose, it's called Ketoret, the incense. Yasimu k'torah be'apecha. And it says specifically about the Kohanim that they were able to bring the Ketoret in the nose as if of the Creator of God. And another verse that says, Tehilati achtom lach, that it says by God that the listening of God of our prayers and the work that we do down here in the lower worlds, God takes it up, and the praise is going up to the master of the nose. And in many verses in the Tanakh, we find this idea of the nose that is a reference to the godly acceptance of our work. So we've got the acceptance, we've got the work that we do through the right nostril energy. That's like eliciting kindness down into this world. It's doing the job of raising up this fragrance that is there within creation, within ourselves. And then we've got this level of smoke, which is on the left side, and it has to do with more of an uncontrolled level that we are raising upwards. And when that comes together, so then we've got the level of Ketoret, which is translated as Ketiru, which means to bind. So what happens is that the smell and the smoke are bound together, and they're essentially bound up above. And we know the Ketoret also is interchangeable with the letters Kuf and Tet and Kuf and Shin, which means Kesher, which means to bind together. Kesher means to tie together. And it uplifts these polar dynamics that are found within us on a subconscious level, on an emotional level, and on an experiential level, and it raises up these aspects as an actual sacrifice up to heaven. And Butzina Kadisha and Rabbi Shimon says, the Batar Ditzlota I Karbana, that prayer, that after we're done with our prayer, at the end of prayer, so we say the Ketoret before really beginning praying, and also after prayer, before we say the Aleinu prayer, and it says, Man deyema pitom Ketoret Batar Tila, David Batal Mutana Mi Beta. Whoever says the Ketoret after their prayer, what happens is that they are able to abolish and to extinguish any level of negativity that could potentially be in their house, on the level of any pestilence specifically, and essentially draw down all good aspects and all blessings into one's life. So the takeaway here from this Zohar teaching, this daily Zohar teaching, is the power of the Ketoret, the power of binding opposites, the power of our breath, the power of bringing together into our breath both polarities, where we find that sense of equanimity, that fragrance inside of us, but we also find this intensity as well within us and within our lives. But that specific binding of the two, where we accept and we surrender ourselves to both aspects, and we're able to raise that up to the Creator as a sacrifice and as a giving to God, and essentially thank Him for everything that we have in our lives, the polarities that we have in our life, and be able to bring that as a gift to the Creator. Wishing you a beautiful day.